What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Saturday, May 24th, 2025, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 2022 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major emergency breaking news coming in from Russia. So we've had as many as a dozen Russian Doomsday planes and government VIP planes leave Moscow. So I want to show you guys here on the flight tracker what's going on. And there's actually a massive missile attack on Ukraine right now. Russia is launching a massive attack from bombers and from the Black Sea and with drones. So right now here you can see we have 5 Russian government planes leaving Moscow, heading east to Siberia. Here you can see a NATO AWACS plane heading south from Lithuania to Poland to monitor the Polish-Ukrainian border during this ongoing missile attack. And here you can see several more Russian government and VIP planes heading east to Moscow. And then here you can actually see a Russian Doomsday plane for Putin, a Tupolev Tu-14PU and a Tupolev Tu-14ON, which is an open skies plane for tracking the trajectory of missiles. So in total, at least a dozen Russian Doomsday planes and VIP planes fleeing Moscow for some reason. And right now we have Russian Tu-95s airborne. Those are the Russian bombers. We know that as many as 9 Russian bombers already carried out launch maneuvers. So they've already launched their missiles, and then there's 7 more Russian bombers on the way to launch more missiles. So that would be a total of 15 Tu-95s. Plus there were several Tu-160s. Those are the supersonic Russian bombers. As many as 3 of those that carried out launch maneuvers. We know that Russia also launched several dozen missiles from the Black Sea from submarines, and also dozens of drones from numerous regions of Russia. And we're hearing of missile impacts on the capital city right now. Also, Iskander ballistic missiles have been used. So basically a multi-pronged missile attack and air attack on Ukraine. The entire country is under an air raid alert. We have over 12.5 bombers that have launched missiles. We have Iskander missiles being used. We have subs from the Black Sea. We have drones. And then we also have over a dozen Russian government planes leaving Moscow, scrambled from Moscow, heading to bunkers probably in case of an escalation. And we know that Ukraine carried out a massive drone attack on Moscow and various cities in Russia earlier. So this is very, very serious. You can tune into my live stream, which is up right now, for continuing updates, okay, for live updates throughout the rest of the night. Tune into my live stream. It's running right now. And the German newspaper Bild is reporting that Putin is planning a new offensive for June, which has already started. Putin will try to advance in the Sumy, Kharkiv, and Dnipro regions to create new problems for negotiations. Putin was already actively planning a summer offensive during peace talks with Trump and was never going to agree to a ceasefire. So Putin was basically just stalling out the U.S. and Europe during these peace talks, and he was quietly preparing for a massive summer offensive, which is about to begin, and the Russians are going to try to advance in Kharkiv and Sumy. And the Russian foreign minister said yesterday that Russia will be ready to submit to Ukraine a draft document outlining the terms of a long-term peace agreement as soon as the current prisoner swap is completed, which is going to happen tomorrow. So they're supposed to swap 1,000 prisoners tomorrow. And on the eve of this massive prisoner swap, the largest prisoner swap of the war so far, Russia is launching probably one of its largest missile attacks in several months, okay? And we have some very concerning news coming out of Poland. Polish fighter jets intercepted a Russian Sukhoi 24 bomber in international airspace over the Black Sea on May 22nd, the Polish defense minister said during a press conference on May 23rd. The maneuvers performed by the Russian Sukhoi 24 show that the actions were dangerous and intentional, the minister said. He added that Polish pilots quickly detected, intercepted, and forced the bomber to withdraw from the area. The encounter took place near the heavily militarized Kaliningrad Oblast, a Russian exclave wedged between Poland and Lithuania. So very, very concerning. And yesterday, Russian fighter jets flew into Finnish territorial airspace, okay? So just in the last 2 weeks, the Russians have flown into Estonian airspace, territorial airspace. They flew into Finnish territorial airspace. A few months ago, they flew into Polish territorial airspace. And then 2 days ago, they flew into Polish airspace, okay? So clearly they're testing the airspaces of Eastern European countries. And Germany is permanently stationing military forces in Lithuania for the first time since World War II. Chancellor Friedrich Merz inaugurated a groundbreaking German brigade in Lithuania that is meant to help protect NATO's eastern flank, and declared Thursday that the security of our Baltic allies is also our security, as worries about Russian aggression persist. He said Berlin's strengthening of its own military sends a signal to its allies to invest in security. The stationing in Lithuania marks the first time that a German brigade is being based outside Germany on a long-term basis since World War II. This is a historic day, Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda said after meeting Merz. This is a day of trust, responsibility, and action. So absolutely insane. Okay, Germany stationing a brigade in Lithuania for the first time since World War II. Absolutely massive breaking news. And over the last 2 weeks or so, we've been seeing a massive amount of reconnaissance over Lithuania. We've had 2, sometimes 3 NATO AWACS planes patrolling Lithuania and Latvia and northern Poland in the last 2 weeks, which is a huge uptick from prior months and years. And since the 2022 invasion of Ukraine, Russia lost at least 10,000 ground combat vehicles, including more than 3,000 tanks, plus nearly 250 aircraft and over 10 naval vessels, according to the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency. Wow, that is massive. But, you know, Russia's in a wartime economy. They don't care. They'll just continue to produce more and more. And the Israeli military plans to launch a new intensive phase of the Gaza operation in the next couple of days. Thousands of additional forces will be mobilized to take over more territory, with mass evacuation of local residents to southern Gaza. And the Iranian army said they are closely monitoring Israeli movements of the Israeli military and will confront any threat or aggression with full resolve. We are committed to defending Iran's territorial integrity, independence, and national security. So Iran is now very concerned after the intelligence leak earlier in the week that Israel was preparing to strike Iran's nuclear facilities if Trump and Iran sign a bad nuclear deal that doesn't involve the full dismantlement of nuclear facilities in Iran, okay? But just wanted to jump on here and update you guys. Over a dozen Russian Doomsday planes and VIP planes being scrambled from Moscow. We have dozens of Russian bombers being used on Ukraine right now. We're hearing that also 10 MiG-31s are on standby with Kinzhal hypersonic ballistic missiles. So a massive missile attack on Ukraine right now. Tune into the 24/7 live stream to get updates the rest of the night. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere. And before I continue with the breaking news, I wanted to mention the sponsor for this update, which is My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply has brought back their $200 discount on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the discount, you got to go to preparewithnyprepper.com, and the link is in the description below this video. That's preparewithnyprepper.com to get $200 off the My Patriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply. This is freeze-dried food, so it has a 25-year shelf life, and it's all packed within 6 rugged, watertight buckets, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. You can easily fit this in a small closet in a studio apartment. And the food has all of your essential vitamins and minerals and up to 2,000 calories per day. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get the My Patriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply, 25-year shelf life for just $500. That's $200 off their normal price. So use the link in the description below this video.